crashing out. Was there a bounty on me?
While I'm around. Off with you. You fall at least into the shadows.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration!
See, I don't know if you watched the Execration the Execration versus who was it? Escape Gaming, game 1.
Yep.
Where they kind of realized that they had to get super aggressive in that game, just to throw Escape off from going for the straight up 5-man push, and that's kind of what Navi's doing right now. They're just creating as much chaos around the map because they know that TNC have this sick timing, so they have to get as much as they possibly can in the laning phase, and it's all about not throwing it away. Whereas TNC, their game plan's a lot easier. Set up a somewhat okay laning phase, then just start barreling down mid as 5.
They're going all in on this kill on Dendy, the mid lane. Get the wave of turn, start things off. There's a nearby bounty hunter. Dendy gonna pop the ultimate as well and try turn and fight. He'll take one down with it. Perhaps a reasonable trade in Navi's eyes, especially with Dichira's rotation. He's come in, will take out Demon. It's a second kill going Navi's way, and TNC are just over-committing for these kills, probably feeling pressured to salvage the laning stage, but this has not been the outcome they would have hoped for.
Yeah. I think they're almost over-committing for this right now, just because they know they can't really kill this Ember Spirit early on. Like, he's very strong, he's got level 6 already, so there's almost no chance that they're going to kill him without at least the Beastmaster ulti, which he doesn't have quite yet. So their only real target on the map is this mid lane, or that bounty hunter, and it's going to cost so much for them every single time they go for either of these heroes. Like, this is a Dendy that's got a level of unstable current and 900 HP and plenty of armor.
Dire's top tower
And
is
you look
under
at the
attack.
Husker, it's just brown boots. It's nothing really much more at all on top of that at this point. And top lane, bit of a dive going into Terrorblade's taking out Artstyle in general. Gets the lasso off, no Sunder available. Raven gonna die to his own illusions. The Shadow Poison will blow him up. Meanwhile to the east, it's Demon burning to the Firefly. Terrorblade, as mentioned, will go down to the Shadow Poison. Both kills going to Artstyle from the grave. Take that money.
This is huge because that's one of the best possible scenarios, is that the Shadow Demon gets that, but the Bat Rider's going to pick up the XP. He's going to have some free time up in this lane. And meanwhile, they're going to start the ball a little bit sooner, just because I think they feel really pressured, which I believe is a mistake from them.
Okay. He's going to find himself in a world of trouble as the steering change catches too as well. AU going to be on the receiving end of nasty Navi rotation. And you get the ball started too early, you don't have your items, and Navi just swoop on in and find easy kills. Husker's only level 5, he's only got 2 points in the Berserker's blood, so even the magic resistance isn't really all that much.
Yeah, he's got less overall XP than Artstyle so far.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. You've got to stay calm in these types of games, and it just feels like they're getting so antsy. Like, you can sense it all the way from the broadcast booth.
What do you look to do then? Like you say, you don't want to get antsy, you don't want to panic, but how do you catch up in this kind of situation, would you say?
I think you secure your safe lane first. I know the Dire play is typically to go to the Radiant jungle and establish vision and try to get aggressive there. Like, you're almost never going to get vision in your own side, but I do think you try to pick up a kill or two on this Terrorblade, secure his farm a little bit more, because he's really going to be what determines when you decide to ball up and go for 5.
Well, they've smoked up, camped out this bottom room. Dietrich comes in, has a remnant though, and
They can't kill this guy.
yeah, you mentioned just how he's kind of unkillable. Dendy in the mid lane with 900 HP, and the unstable current is somewhat unkillable, and it's showing. That's a raw committed, and TNC didn't have the damage.
If you go for Dendi mid, then yeah, Rob will almost always make the rotation over, because it's worth his time too.
And the Terrorblade is probably the hero with the most damage output, so like you say, fight, get kills around him perhaps.
Yeah. This is a good play, by the way, by Dendi. Whenever you're the strongest hero in the game, which I think Dendi is at this point, then you simply you want to just be rude to like the other enemy safe lane, which is what they were trying to do, but that was a level 5 Husker. He was definitely not the strongest hero in the game.
Well, Navi now, they're going to make their next move. Smoke up towards this top lane. This demon under the tower as an oracle. But they've also got the Terrorblade in the jungle. General swooping on in. No Sunder leveled up, and as a result, Navi should be able to get this kill. They're going to have to fight their way through the oracle protection as Raven getting healed up slowly. Dendi still chasing, dealing a lot of damage. The pushback should secure things here as Raven gets taken down deep on the TNC side of the map, but there isn't really any response available. TNC can't even keep him alive. They definitely can't find any kills.
Doesn't have mana.
Yep. Oh boy.
That's a track kill. Wait for your team.
Yep.
Get as many track kills.
let's huddle around. Give him a good bear hug, you know.
Dude, that's 50 gold for everybody. Don't underrate that.
Take it. Oh, it's 40 gold.
40.
Now,
Oh, they
well, you get the non-track gold as well, just for the AoE gold.
Yeah. This game is... Honestly, I thought TNC had a very good Huskar draft. I thought that they were going to be able to just go for the straight up 5-man at some point. But Navi have responded brilliantly.
This is like what you've kind of come to expect from the Sneeko Bounty Hunter, what didn't happen in their opening game today. Like I lost a little bit of faith in the Sneeko Bounty when I saw their opening game and he really struggled, but seeing what he's doing here, just that first couple of minutes of the game with the amount of scouting information he got, the amount of wasted sentries on the dire side,
Radiant's courier
a lot
has been killed.
More of the classic Sneeko. They're going to get a courier snipe here. They can't get the follow-up onto Dichara. Small little prize for TNC.
Navi should get out of this bottom lane, unless they're here almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have to preemptively TP if they want to take this fight.
Yeah.
Outrider has to TP to the tier 2, and they've got to set up for this with their bounty hunter.
They're going to do so. They're TPing. They likely have smoke.
Ooh, cool play.
Drums completed for general, so have that little bit of boost of attack and movement speed, and a much better team fighting item. You don't have the initiation, but they're very tanky and some great stats. They are going to fight this one. The TP under the tier 1. Here goes Sneeko, has the track in the front lines. Can General catch up? Off to the side, Raven's in Metamorph, but he does not want to turn and fight. The pushback will catch Raven, and Dendi, he's got the static link going. He's chasing the purge out of Raven as well. Still, no Sunder available with the disruption. That's more damage for Dendi, both Demon and Raven in all sorts of trouble. They've taken out 3, the 4th off to the side. They get 5 team-wide. Navi only lose 1. Great smoke initiation, and they have defended their tier 1 tower in a big way.
That play, when I said you have to defend, you have to go right now, it's so much easier to call as an analyst because you get to see the entire layout of the map, and you get to see, but Navi, they read that situation as if they had all the info in the world. Yeah. They immediately go for the tier 2, they group up, they take that fight, they frontline Dendi. At this point, TNC, I think their early game panicking, what Sneeko was able to do in terms of creating space has just created way too much chaos in TNC's ranks.
Bountiful.
Sneeko find himself a bounty rune, and that's going to be Navi's second tower of the game. It just does not feel like a Husker game or a Huskering at all right now. The Cuckoo, level 7 only, experiences 10,000 in Navi's advantage right now. 10,000 gold, but that XP at this early on is massive. Looking at these hero levels is absurd. You've got level 11, 10, 10, and 8 across Navi's cores and one of their supports. Meanwhile, every TNC hero is level 8 and even as low as level 6.
The thing is that TNC, their lineup is you're kind of stuck with it, obviously. So you kind of have to continue to play within the limitations of your lineup, which is to go for that 5-man. And that bottom fight was kind of one of their last chances. I felt like they should have just turned around and fight. You weren't going to win that fight. It was going to be ugly, but you're going to get chased down by Navi's heroes.
Yeah, it's a Drums Bat Rider with an Ember Spirit who's got a catch. You've got Track. At least try and get 2 or 3 kills before you get team wiped. Yeah, perhaps
there was no way they were going to win that fight, but even trades at this point when you're this far behind they would love that.
Well, now Bat has a Blink Dagger as well. Level 11 General lurking around this middle lane, but TNC just using the Metamorph to farm, so they're going to change their game plan, which is going to be just avoid fights, pushes, engagements of any kind, and just farm.
So for casual viewers, I guess this is the real secret. When you're playing Dire Side and you're ahead, this is where you want to farm. You want to farm these 3 camps as much as you possibly can. That limits the amount of farm that Radiant has to work with. Then once in a while, you'll just smoke into your own jungle and get rid of Radiant. When you are behind, these are the only 2 camps you can farm. You can farm the Ancients and the big camp, and you pretty much have to wait because you have no idea what Navi are doing.
Can you still go for any smoke plays, or do you think it's just like they're too far behind?
They are.
They are that far behind.
The weird thing is Navi have the much better pick-off and go for side engagements kind of lineup, but it's actually Navi that are just going for the 5-man because of just how strong they are.
Yeah, this kind of item advantage. Art style, by the way, going straight into an Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, say goodbye to Berserker's Blood when you get an Aghanim Scepter and Shadow Demon. The break, disabling that passive. And hey, you've got 3 charges of it. Okay.
I didn't even realize he was that farmed.
I realized he was getting some farm, but I just expected to see like a 4-staff or something, but no, he's going straight Ags.
It's like, guys, just this one time.
Oh, Artstyle is probably one of the greedier support, like he's the 4-position support who plays the 5-position heroes.
Yes.
He always has way more farm than Suniko. His Witch Doctor gets like 18-minute Aghanim Scepters in some games.
So this bottom engagement, TNC
shouts him out, Remnants away.
They really want to get something out of this.
It's Artstyle they go, and he gets roared up. Can he be protected though? He's been slightly healed up, has a disruption, will use it on himself. He's completely stranded. And here come Navi from the side. They've cracked up a couple of heroes. The initial kill on the Oracle. Cuckoo's going to blow after the 14's end. And General's got the catch on AU's Zen, making it a 3-for-1. Sam H will back up past the Tick 2 tower. Meanwhile, Terrorblade, he doesn't want anything to do with it. He doesn't even have Metamorph, so never going to be a fight that they wanted to take. And these are not just kills, these are track kills.
The weird thing is that TNC still uptick in gold.
Just from, yeah, that's how much gold they get from that kill, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you gotta take what you can get if you're TNC right now. Like any sort of trade like that, that's kind of what I was advocating when they took that 5-man fight at bottom, when they all decided that they were gonna run. You can't show that kind of weakness with this kind of lineup.
Well, we're getting tracks off now, but they will swing back towards the Roche area. I say area, I don't see them likely taking Roche right now, not with their lineup, but Navi in perfectly fine position to continue to fight if they want to. They have such a farm advantage, but it's going to be TNC who look to make the next move. They've completed Armlet, they've got Metamorph again. They want to try catch Navi by surprise.
One of the better options if they can get one of these huge core pickoffs.
But I say by surprise, it's catching them by surprise by taking a Roche, so.
Okay, this is truly the all-in play. Yeah. If Navi reads this Roche movement, I think it's reasonable for TNC to just call it a day, because they depend on this heavily. They're not showing anywhere on the map. I think as soon as Suneko walks in, there's not even a sentry down.
Oh, get the Aegis! Husker, okay, he just barely picked it up. If they kill General, that'd be huge here, and they will do so. Husker will lose his Aegis. Unfortunately for Raven, he's stuck on the high ground. He's going to be stuck on the high ground with his own illusion. They're going to beat away on him. Oh, he gets pulled back down. Nice swap. He sunders his buddy as well, so he's going to be healed back up. And now
it'll be a good
has lost 3 Cuckoo. On his second life, he's finding his wings. Terrorblade illusions. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's level 4 disruption. TB illusion on the high ground with Dragonlance.
Dude, that was like a tower defense. They were just walking around it.
Yeah. They're the creeps in the maze.
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
tower. I mean, right now, some of TNC's heroes do feel like creeps.
Alright, what's the fight recap? TNC had to have gone like 30k gold or something.
We're not seeing the team fight recap. We can look at the gold graphs. It was about a 2k gold swing looking at it. It may continue, but I mean, they lost a lot of heroes as well. Ugh. Oh boy.
This has so far been so rough.
That's at least signs of life, you know?
That is true.
But I mean, how much of a timer is there on like a Husker draft? Like, we've seen Navi themselves. I remember that classic game against Alliance at the last major where, hey, it's a Husker draft. They're not winning. It's going late game. They're going to lose. But no, their Husker went 60, 70 minutes.
I do think, by the way, that Huskar is a decent late game hero now.
Yeah.
Like, he's not as bad as he used to be. Before it was kind of like you have Huskar kind of all in, but now he's quite strong.
Oh, 2 purges already on Cuckoo. Will they use a third? Cuckoo, how much heal is there from Demon? He's getting fairly low here. He's still fighting. He will blow up. Husker and Bat trade each other. Saniko, out of mana here on the front line. He's going to take a lot of damage. Demon's Oracle helping find these kills into 2-for-2 trade here.
Yeah, Ross still has a lot to work with though.
Yeah. Disruption will overlap with the Searing Chains, but it doesn't matter. The Bench is done for. The Terrorblade comes in though, doing some good damage with the Metamorphosis. He's going to get one. Force the Ember Spirits of Remnant away, so again, it's an okay fight. You know, you trade 3 for 3 when you're behind. Yeah, there we go, 1,600 gold swing.
I think Navi is getting way too reckless right now. Like, before they were waiting for that Oracle ultimate to go down on the Huskars and just kind of kiting around. Probably the more important thing is they're not fighting around their strongest hero anymore. Like, they're not making their game plan around Dendi. They're just kind of going for these YOLO engagements.
Yeah.
That
I mean, Artstyle literally ran in trying to solo kill the Husker using like all his demonic purge charges.
I saw General just like pop into 5 heroes and he's just like YOLO.
Yeah. I mean, it's Navi. That's what they're known for, and that's what sometimes gives them these crazy wins. You know, they catch teams by surprise. They dive towers. You don't quite know what they're doing at tier 4 towers 12 minutes in when they haven't taken a tier 1, but it happens sometimes.
I absolutely do not think they have to make these kind of plays though, Gods. I think
they're
in a comfortable enough position where they can simply just transition in a 5-man and frontline with that Razor who is incredibly strong.
So you just want a 5-man, take down these kind of out of tier 2 towers, take control of the enemy jungle type play.
If TNC get a little bit rowdy and decide that they're going to come out, then you take an engagement, but so far I think TNC, now they've actually kind of have a way to win.
Yeah.
Especially if they kill Dendi.
They're going to start things off by killing Dendi. Can they get any follow-up kills? They've got the Necro 3. They should be able to see Saniko soon if they can get it in front. Instead, it's going to be the side fight where a disrupted Cuckoo needs to be careful. Oracle is there. Will pop the ultimate to try and keep Cuckoo alive. The heals are there, but the demonic purge means he's not getting that magic resistance, and I don't think he's going to survive. Blows up, and that is not the outcome TNC were hoping for after killing Dendi. They lose the Husker. General's Lasso does not find any follow-up damage, so Sam H will be okay for now.
Still, I think this is perfectly fine for TNC. As long as they don't lose too much more.
Sam H will get away, so we'll just be the 1-for-1.
I do think, though, that Navi is just getting... They're feeling their strength a little bit too much. They've got strongman syndrome where they feel like they're so much stronger than TNC that they're getting sloppier on the map right now, and all of a sudden TNC, that's gotta be a huge morale boost that they can somewhat compete in a fight despite being as far behind as they are.
Now we're gonna add another kill to their collection as they get another track kill. That's the crazy thing. Just one kill like that when your head is a 1,200 gold swing because of track.
It is a level 11 bounty hunter. Well, and he does have a lot of farm now. He's got, once he has the Solar Crest, it's going to be quite effective against that Huskar, who is going for that Dragon Lance, going to be nowhere near BKB or an MKB.
Haskell TP in bottom. Not too much mid lane. It looks like just a casual demonic purge from Artstyle. Just likes throwing these out.
You gotta flaunt it if you got it.
He's probably like, hey, look at me, Terrorblade. I have the same net worth as you almost.
What are you gonna do about it, kid?
Yeah.
Navi is still perfectly fine. I just think that they're doing unnecessary moves right now. Like, they're making the game harder for themselves than it has to be.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, I see what you mean. Oh, we'll see what TNC's move is. They picked up a gem now. It's gonna be another smoke move. Bringing in 5. I don't actually. They've been using so many smokes. I believe they actually are out of them. Yeah.
I would have been really surprised if they had any left.
Yeah. But it is very much the let's 5-man type mindset from them.
Navi finally starting to group together. I really like this. But they're kind of recognizing, okay, gotta pump the brakes a little bit. Had some fun.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is somewhat reminiscent of what we saw earlier at the bottom tier 1 tower. NAVI setting up to make a defense of a tier 1 tower, and
They can get this pincer.
need to retreat, but it's General from behind. The swap, okay, not going to be needed. They got the Oracle ultimate off instead. This does mean both the TB and Husker are somewhat vulnerable as that's not available. Disruption comes out, catches Raven. He hasn't popped the Metamorphosis just yet. He's on the retreat here as Cuckoo in the front lines, doing alright to hold his own so far, but Dendy,
Gotta take his fight.
he's chasing, he wants Cuckoo, the swap back is there. Dendy getting very low damage from the side, trying to bring him down, won't be able to do so. Cuckoo still barely alive, they've lost the Terrorblade though, and Cuckoo tracked up. They see him with this disruption, I believe NAVI should be able to gather. Bring down Cuckoo if possible, he goes on Artsal, he gets one, can he get more? Cuckoo needs the armlet toggle, but it won't be possible. 3 down on the side of TNC, including both carries. That was a bit more discipline from NAVI.
Yeah. More importantly, that was the freshly picked up gem. I really like the play that General made there, by the way. He forced that Oracle ultimate off onto the Beastmaster, which is the last thing that you want to do. I think you have to have more discipline if you're Demon right there and kind of hold that button and say, this has to be for the Huskar. He is our primary fighting target. Can't really do anything about that, but instead, so much is committed to trying to help out the Beastmaster, who ultimately gets off a roar that doesn't impact the fight.
NAVI now on the high ground. All these heroes dead. TNC won't lose their racks before a fight, I imagine, but it's a tier 3 tower down, and TNC not going to get any catches on the way out.
Yeah, Raw, not really the target they want to go for.
Yeah, he's got a completed dataless now, so his damage starting to rack up. This will be useful at dealing with and clearing out the TB illusions in these fights. All that cleave damage off of them will be amplified, but same time, NAVI pick up an Aether Lens on Art Style. They're getting items all over the place.
That is a very farm Shadow Demon.
Yeah, even Sneeko, he was kind of struggling for farm compared to Art Style earlier, but with a sudden influx of track kills, he is at 18 assists, 8 kills, and very, very farmed.
I think Navi's play now is pretty standard. Just go for the Roshan, and then you can go for the high ground attempt shortly after.
Oh. Sneeko going to come and get wards around the Roshan. And it looks like, yeah, grab an Aegis, push high ground. Classic move. There's NAVI gonna find, they see TNC and they probably have a good idea that TNC may be lacking smokes at this stage of the game. There is a Hawk on top, so they do see this going down. I think TNC are probably thinking, we just gotta go. We have a better chance maybe catching them around this pit than anywhere else, so. They are grouped up. General leading on the front lines. He gets swapped back in. Nice play. That's going to lead the back rider off, and Roche can't be covered by NAVI in time. Sneeko very low himself to get chased down by the Husker, so that's a 2-0 so far. Raven purged up, taking a lot of damage. The Sleight of Fist as well contributing to that one, but Cuckoo in the front line needs to get the armlet toggle off. He's going to get some help from the Oracle with that ultimate. Art Style going to be taken out, but I don't think Cuckoo's going to be too happy with this outcome for him. Another Sleight of Fist will see him beaten. Gem on the ground, Sam H can try and recover that one, but he needs to also try and get out of here, which won't be possible. 4 for 3, a very messy fight. Dicha Ra, nearly remnants away. Luckily for him, Terrorblade couldn't get off any more attacks, and still going to be a gold change in TNC's favor because of the deficit between the two teams.
Yeah,
I think the crazy thing about that fight to me is how much more damage TNC have to do. They did 11,000 damage to Navi 6,000.
You've got to plug away. Yeah. I mean, the real deficit here for TNC is just the fact that the 2 supports from Navi have an ungodly amount of farm, and the 2 supports from TNC are pretty much just, they're spellcasters. Like, you get your big abilities off, and that is your contribution to team fight. It's almost entirely on the cores right now.
You say cores of TNC, it really feels like there's just one core, considering the net worth. With that Roche, 5 of the top 6 net worth heroes all on NAVI.
That is... I mean, TNC can still kind of do it. You saw how much damage Huskar can put out in the fight despite being in the bottom 3 of net worth. He's still that scary monster where he just throws... I mean, fire is timeless, man. Fire doesn't matter how much farm you have. You just chuck it at people.
You can get like is BKB the item, I guess? Just want to be able to get rid of that. Does it get rid of the, it doesn't get rid of the break, I guess, does it? Well, I mean, I guess you take no magic damage, so it's kind of nice anyways.
I think BKB's maybe not even that great.
Yeah.
If you look at Navi's lineup, the only thing that it really stops would be the disruption, and that's not, you're not even the primary target for that. The rest of it, Bendy's right clicks, the bad ultimate, the Ember Spirit. BKB I think sounds good on paper because BKB almost always sounds good on paper, but General's gonna break that smoke. That was their 10-minute smoke, gods.
Blink Raw, Artstyle caught out. That's actually a useful kill if they can get it, but it doesn't look like that's possible. Raven coming in, but we'll see the defensive disruption used, and TNC have lost 2 as Artstyle will get pummeled upon by Raven, but I don't think that necessarily speaks to TNC's chances here. They need a Sunder. Raven, he can't find anyone. Dichara managed to juke back into the fog, and as a result, TV goes down. Ultra kill for Stendy. NAVI found a way to break through TNC here in game number 1, and I believe with that fight perhaps looking at the end for TNC.
He did say that Navi it was going to be hard for them to just go for straight up pushes, but if they could just take TNC in a fight outside, it would be okay for them. And TNC, 5 men down, at least double racks you're looking at minimum. Neither of the cores want to buy back until both the supports are up at least.
Well, unfortunately TNC, despite coming off of a 2-0, to work their way through Navi, they're going to make one last attempt here. Not completely over just yet as Cuckoo buy back and hold the second lane of racks which Navi were looking for. If you're Navi, you're thinking, okay, let's wait for the respawns, regroup. Shadow Demon and Bat are going to come back into the picture soon. You've got 6k gold on Dicha. You can just pick up a bunch of new items. Dendi himself 4k gold. After a fight like that, as well as racks money, you're looking at a lot of money to invest in your next level of items.
Diara, what do you get here? Yeah, Lincoln's, then you would truly be unkillable.
Ooh. He hasn't so much been the raw target, but you can always use this on teammates if you want, or just play even more aggressive with it.
I don't think you can die anymore. It's incredibly hard for TNC to lock this hero down in team fights, because they don't have that prize AoE factor. They just have single target, which is not that fantastic against Ember Spirits.
See the upgraded Dragon Lance now from Terrorblade. Any kind of cheap cost-effective item you can buy. It may save a teammate. Yeah, you're the carry, but at this point, saving someone like a Husker could help out your team fight.
Take what you can get, gods.
Yep, Raw coming out. They've actually caught Artstyle on a bit of a warding mission there, but TNC themselves had eyes. And goes back a bit to Navi. They have played a bit sloppy. Artstyle's played hyper aggressive at times by himself. Like he's not playing around his team.
Because he feels like he's a core.
Not every day you get this kind of fight. He's 12, 9, and 13. I think the emphasis there when talking about sloppy is that he has died 9 times.
Oh, for sure.
He's half of their deaths.
Alright, when you put it into perspective like that, sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, but I mean for Navi, they're doing just fine here. They get the vent kill, they're going to follow up with Demon and Cuckoo. Stranded without support. As a Husker, you need that vent swap, you need that Oracle ultimate. Cuckoo will die before the Oracle can come back into the fight. Demon just not there in time to help his buddy out. So Nico back to safety with the evasion from the Solar Crest and the Greaves. He's just so tanky and hard to kill. Raven has no Sunder. He has a Force though. He's going to push himself back down and find himself getting away from the plasma field of Dendi. Instead it's going to be Sam H keeping away as well. So TNC, they hold on, but again it's a couple of buybacks here or there. It's also, perhaps more importantly, the Metamorphosis being used.
They committed a lot just to try to survive in that engagement. Now Artstyle, core player here. This back. Navi gonna go for the bottom push. They swap in Dendi though.
Well, they've got a short little while left in the Metamorph. Now it wears off, but with a defensive disruption, Dendi kept alive. He can charge forward if he wants to. Navi, get racks. Nah, we're gonna go for the kills. Let's dive your base, then let's get the racks if possible. And Navi are just so strong right now. Teacher on the front line with the help of General, locking down the Terrorblade will secure themselves. Game 1. 46 kills in 32 minutes. Navi Dota.
I think for the first 15 minutes of Dota, Navi played just brilliantly. But I thought they went absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That bottom play was honestly just a thing of beauty. That was awesome to watch.
To that, it wasn't flawless, but it was kind of that mindset where it's like, we're so far ahead, as you said. Like, Artstyle is like, alright, I'm just gonna go off. I'm a core.